Morning, guys. Welcome to the Second Cup Diaries. Oh, yeah, it's hot. I make very hot coffee. So while I'm talking to you today, I had Wally's simple Skype socks. This is like his favorite pattern for just regular socks or thin socks, four-ply sock weight socks. Yeah, this is his favorite pattern because it hugs his foot a lot. So what I have to do though is because I have no socks for down here. I need socks. Here, I'll show you. This is where I sit and do, sorry. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? That's my bike right there. I think you can see it. Yeah, that's my stationary bike. So I sit down here on my stationary bike and I knit a few rows. Here, let's turn you back a little bit. There you go. How's that? Then you can see all my junk in the back. Yeah, so I'm going to put them on my circulars, one pair of my spare circulars. I don't have any. I only have one set of 2.5 Chow Goos, 2.5 millimeters for socks, and I really need another set. I think I'll have to order myself a set for my birthday. Anywho, I think while I'm talking to you, I'm going to put my DPNs onto this because if I use DPNs on that thing while I'm trying to do my workout, well, big workout. No. Yeah, while I do my cycling there, I am definitely going to be dropping needles. And I think I might be on a knit row. Yes, I am. I'm on a knit row. Good. So I will move this. I will knit this off while I'm talking to you this morning. Oh my God. So yesterday, yes, I had an amazing time in the hot tub. Thank you very much. I do about 40 minutes total. And am I ever wonky? Holy crow. Am I ever crooked, you guys? There we go. Is that better? What do you care, right? You're just listening to my voice while you're knitting in the background, I hope. Yeah, just a few minutes with me. So I hung out in the hot tub for 40 minutes yesterday. Huge difference, world of difference, I'm telling you. That thing sure is nice. Now, what did I do? I think I dropped a stitch. Yes, I did. There we go. Anyways, so I had a pretty lazy day after that. Did some knitting, watched some more of the Black Sails, which is a pirate show from it's about the pirates in the Caribbean and at the Bahama Islands, right? Who knows if there's any fact to it, but it is a good movie. A little graphic, but hey, I'm definitely a horror buff. I love my horror movies, big time. I used to laugh when my kids were young. I had one that liked the horror movies with me, and the other one liked the cartoons with me. So it was like one of each, right? Yeah. So anywho, today is going to be a lazy day. Like I said, well, my bro's not coming until this afternoon now because he's got an engagement this morning with his grandkids. So he'll be off doing that. And other than that, just a quiet little Thursday. Yeah, so guess I'll get some more sewing done. I actually was working on, like I told you, I only sew for friends and family. And a very, very dear friend of my daughter's asked if I would sew some buttonholes into some pillowcases. So she brought them over. And oh my goodness, they are made of satin or silk pillowcases. And I thought, that might, get rid of my bed head in the morning so I don't have to wet my hair to come see you. But she puts buttonholes on them so that she puts buttons on them so that the pillows don't slide out of the silk pillowcases. I never knew that was a thing. So she said in Poland they do that. She's Polish and oh my goodness, guys. Am I ever into her soup? She's the lady that gave my daughter the borscht soup recipe that we use in the fall when we get beets for $6 a bag from our peak of the market here in Manitoba. Oh, she made me a jar. She dropped off a jar of sauerkraut soup. Oh, it was so delicious. It had big hunks of ham sausage in it. It was so delicious. It had potatoes and cabbage, of course, which was the sauerkraut part. And I told her, I says, I'm not going to charge you big bucks to do this because you're a good friend and I want that recipe. So now I'll have her borscht and her sauerkraut recipe for soup. I make a really, really good vegetable soup that we have for all winter long. I usually cook it up a couple times a year and put it all in the freezer. Put a lot of it in the freezer. And so this year I'm going to have sauerkraut. Oh, and I made the borscht last year. Yeah, I make a lot of that kind of stuff for the freezer. I make borscht. I make soups. I make and chili. A lot of chili. I'll make up chili and put it in the freezer. I make a really good chili too. And a lot of time when we have it, I'll use deer meat in the chili. I do prefer that. I do prefer venison in my chili. Don't judge me, guys. It's all good. There we go. I'm going to fix this up here. Sorry for being quiet, but this is there. Now we're on the needles. I'm not going to knit while I'm talking to you anyways, because it is a pattern and I don't want to screw it up. So besides, this is my bike knitting. So put that aside. I'm making a pair of simple Skype. I started Walter's first pair. He uses 72 stitches. Patton's Croy in this beautiful Adrift. This is really nice. It's a little bit rustic, because it is 75-25. But you know what? It's very thick and it washes up super, super soft. So yeah, so I'll put that aside for my knitting on my bike. So yeah, does anybody else just use 4 DPNs? I don't use 5. I know when they started making the new and improved, they started making them in 5s, but I learned on 4. So you keep all your live stitches on 3 and use the fourth one to knit with. That's the way I prefer to do DPNs if I'm using DPNs. I don't prefer it. It's not my preferred method. I do like Magic Loop now that they have Magic Loop, and interchangeables for me are the way to go. So yeah, so I'm good. I got a little bit more sewing to do. I mean, making buttonholes is simple. I mean, you just put I shouldn't say that, should I? But you just put the little gizmo onto the sewing machine and set the machine to the buttonhole you prefer, whether it's a round or a square. Away you go, and you're done. It just does it for you, pretty close. The tricky part with the satin ones that I'm doing though is I got a little piece of fusible fleece, and I put a little tiny rectangle behind each section where I'm doing the buttonhole, so that it gives it a little bit of reinforcement to go through the machine, because I don't think my machine will like satin that much. No, it's an older machine. So, and I have microfiber needles and stuff, but I don't have anything for satin. So I guess a standard needle that's what I'm using now with that micro fleece with that fusible fleece on the back. So yeah, that works. I like that. I picked up creamer at Costco yesterday. The like Coffee Mate. That's like, oh, it's like heaven compared to milk for me. It's got that little extra bit of sweetness that you don't need to put in a lot of sugar. So, and I don't use sugar anyways. I use Splenda, but yeah, I like this. Coffee's good this morning. I did bring down though I wanted to show you because I was working on it last night with my Shima. I think I was telling you about it the other day, and I'm finally getting down there. I don't know. I'm gonna put it on, but check this out. This is giving me so much joy. I'm gonna put this in. Barb from the Flame and Fiber podcast vlogs. I'm gonna put this into her year-long make-along she's doing, the Joyous Smell, I believe. It is giving me so much joy to knit this. Getting there. Last time on my podcast, I think I was way up there. So I've gotten considerable amount done. I had to rip it back because I made a boo-boo on the boob. But yeah, that's getting there. I like about 15 inches on on the side. So when I get to a certain section, and then I'll, what's that fuzzy thing? Come back here. Don't like fuzzy things. I do find I have to be careful because I do double stitch a lot of times. I don't know. I screw up. I have to be careful watching TV. This is my TV knitting at the moment. Yeah, this is such a neat construction. It's so much fun. It's actually fun, even though, I don't know why, it just feels like it takes longer, but I guess it's not, but it's just not rounded around. It's not mindless. You get to the back section and you have to pay attention. And I make my little grid. See? So I mark it off. So far along the back, I've done that many sets of patterns. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 rows for the pattern repeat. And no, I can't remember it. I have to look at every one. I'm not that good. There is another person I noticed last night on the Ravelry. Beatrice is doing a Shima make-along for all things Shima from her patterns. And Mara, if you're watching, I saw your Shima in there. Good for you. Are you enjoying it? I hope you're enjoying it. It's different. It's not for everybody. I think that if you get frustrated easily in the beginning when you first start to read through the pattern, it can be a bit daunting, but it isn't a beginner friendly. Like, it's not for beginners, okay? Like, I shouldn't say beginner friendly, meaning that, I know that sounds kind of weird, right? It's not beginner friendly, but what it is that it's a good challenging pattern. And that's what I like. Like, sometimes I just want a challenge. It's nice to say, oh, this is just round and round and mindless, but that's just knitting. That's on the days when you just want to sit and not think about anything, or maybe when you do have a lot on your mind. So this is good for when you don't have a lot on your mind and you want to think about something completely different from what is on your mind, and you can take your mind off it with something that you have to concentrate on. That was a lot of blah blah for nothing, wasn't it? Okay, Alice. Oh, second cup of coffee. Welcome to the Second Cup Diaries. I just fogged up my glasses. I think I should be like Barb and have a beauty channel. What do you think? Think I need some lipstick? Think I need some makeup? Yep. I don't use it very often, makeup. Sometimes I put it on when I'm doing my podcasts because I like to be seen. But other than that, when I'm going out, I might put on slap on a little foundation, sort of smooth out the skin and color. Do some eyeshadow, not eyeshadow, a little eyeliner, a little mascara, and once in a while some lip stain. Which reminds me, I have to pick up some more lip stain. Yes, put it on the list. Forget the list. I know, right? I also got my curtains cut up. Yes, my daughter gave me a whole bunch of material curtains from her house. She washed it all up and sent it over to me, and I'm using it for the trailer. I am going to cut up all this material to make curtains for the trailer, and yes, you guys will see the trailer this summer. I wasn't going to vlog for the summer. Okay, for those of you who are new, I do a summertime vlog with a side order of knitting. Yeah. Where I sit in my gazebo and I go on walks with Chewy, and we mosey around the Relax Ridge trailer park. And yeah, I have a trailer out in Pinawa, Manitoba. And for those in the UK, it's called a static caravan, I believe. And yeah, it's set up there for the winter, or for the summer, and it's set up for the winter too. But we can't go out there in the winter. We only go from the first Friday in May to the Canadian Thanksgiving long weekend in October. That's when it's open. And we wait until there's water, and then we go set up. Once they have the water running into our trailers, because of the freezing cold, they have to wait for the ground to thaw. And yeah, then we set up and we stay out there most of the summer. This year I plan hopefully to stay longer. We keep track of all the days. and just how many days I stay out there, how many days I go swimming, and things like that. It's kind of fun. And yeah, last year we didn't go as many days to the trailer because we were in Edmonton, of course, for a week. Plus, we had lots of birthdays and graduation and what have you to attend, some things to attend. But hopefully this year we'll get a chance to stay out a little more. I do. Walter likes to run back and forth to do, the lawn, picking the mail, things like that. But I like just to live out there. And yeah, I would prefer. And it's so funny because we watch that. I think I told you we watch the Brownsville Pantry on YouTube. That's what we watch all winter. We have it kind of in the background when we're not watching a movie or a series or something, just in the background, where we watch all the deer there in Brownsville. And then in the summer, we watch them in live and in person. And I laugh because we sit in the gazebo, and it's so funny. We sit in the gazebo, and the deer come around us, and it's so funny when the females, when the doe bring around their fawn in the spring. I always say we're at the zoo, but we're in the cages, and they're coming to show their kids the people in the cages. Yeah, that's so funny. We've seen bear, woodchucks, beaver, uh, lots of turtles. Bobcats. We have bobcats. We have wolves. I saw a wolf. I did last summer. I saw a wolf. Didn't get a picture of it, but I saw a wolf. He crossed the road. It was crazy. He was huge, huge. There's a big golf course, beautiful Pinawa golf course. You probably see it on the on commercials. Anyways, a beautiful golf course, and they do have bear and wolves on the property. I don't know if they stay there all year, but you know what? They're there. We are out in nature. Yep. Trailer living with a side order of knitting. Yeah, summertime vlogs. So I guess I'll do those again. I did them weekly. I might do them every day, like I'm doing now. But anywho. Anyways, I best get my day started, I guess, and finish off my second cup of coffee. Are you guys still drinking your coffee? Thanks for all the comments and the likes. You guys, this is great. I'm having a really good time doing these little vlogs. Oh, I am going to bring you a podcast next Tuesday. I've decided I'll do the stash, the stash vlog, or the stash podcast next weekend, or I'll do it on Monday probably. I think I have time on Monday. Yep, another busy weekend coming up, and then the next weekend is my busiest because that's my birthday weekend. Yes, it's the weekend before my birthday, so everybody is going to be, trying to do things with me, and that's awesome. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Anywho, I think that's long enough. We'll be at almost 20 minutes by the time I, do my Canadian goodbye, which is like goodbye, but now I have something else to tell you. Shall I tell you what the weather is? It's beautiful outside. We are hitting spring. Okay, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.